where heads of state, sports, entertainment, and political celebrities meet. You're listening to Armstrong Williams.
When will Africa, Nigeria, step up and be a world economic engine? When will they be the kind of leadership that when they speak, everybody rallies? When will Nigeria have the kind of leadership to speak out against wars, the things that happen in Libya, and they will be listened to and not be used as someone to trot and to give credibility to what somebody like the United States and London is doing in a place like Libya, Iraq? When will they step up on the world economic map and we will see them in the same light as a Barack Obama, as a president of France, as the prime minister of London? When will we see it? Because obviously, to me, the diaspora is greatly marginalized when we don't see them not only on the world stage, but as a serious player influencing policy around the world on the world stage.
Well, Armstrong, if you look at Africa as a whole, many governments in Africa are busy fighting opposition and problems at home. And unless you have a stable environment, a stable and peaceful environment, there will be no time for you to sit down and think of the future of the country, of being on the world stage. You cannot be on the world stage because people are inviting you to come and are expecting you to come on the world stage. You've got to earn it. You've got to work for it. You've got to show that you have the wherewithal, to uphold the tenets of democracy. You've got to have the ability to show that your government is working for the good of the people of your country. It is not just saying, I'm a world leader. If we take Nigeria, for instance, God has blessed Nigeria with resources, with oil resources, but oil is a depleting asset. Eventually, that oil may dry up. But many of my countrymen and women believe that the oil will be there forever. So we are not planning as we should be planning for the future. We are not putting ourselves on a rostrum of ability, on a sustainable path for growth. We have millennium goals, what we need to do by 2020. We have other things which the government actualizes and, say to the people that this is where we want to go. But we have to have a completely good resolve to ensure that where we want to go, we know it and we are working on that path. This is not just for Nigeria. It is for the whole of Africa. South Africa, when Mandela was there, was one of the countries that was mapping, the road and blazing the trail. And I believe that other entities in Africa can follow suit.
I think one of the good things that has suddenly come out of Nigeria in terms of leadership is with peacekeeping. We have taken leadership roles in peacekeeping in Sudan of recent, for example, and Nigeria generally tends to be first in ensuring that we get involved in trying to help some of our countries within the African Union in maintaining peace. Also, in years gone by during the apartheid in South Africa, Nigeria was also very vocal in championing that cause, in championing equality for the peoples of color in Africa, as like I said, especially during the apartheid time in South Africa. So, and I think it is very important being, in terms of population, the largest country in Africa. And I don't know if a lot of people realize this. 1 in 6 people of color in the world is Nigerian. That is a significant number, and like you say, Armstrong, we should, as a nation, be in a place where our voice is heard and what we say matter. But that will come through good governance and good leadership. And I hope and I pray that as we move forward, we assume this role in the world, which really is our rightful place. By creating a better image, by creating an enabling environment, by creating better infrastructure within the country. But, one of the things that is going to enable this happening is partnership with, countries around the world, with countries that have gotten their act together, with the help of countries like the United States who take leadership in these kind of things. And, as I said, again, it is about creating, one, the enabling environment, and two, creating the perception, that we are looking to move forward, and we are looking to get rid of corruption, and we are looking to go in the right direction.
Well, you know what, Armstrong? I'm very proud to be a Nigerian. I probably will not change the country of my birth for any other. But like every other right-thinking Nigerian, I believe that we will get there eventually. Like what my son just said, we need the partnership of other governments all over the world. We need their assistance. But for us, we also should be ready to imbibe what is good elsewhere and import them into our own society to ensure that we are placed on the world map as a country to be reckoned with. Africa is large. Africa is very large, and we cannot discount the contribution of Africa, to the world progress. The governance that we need is good governance, and I'm sure with everybody being aware of the fact that we don't want to be left behind in the world as a rubbish country, and we will never be a rubbish country. We will be at the forefront of power and forefront of achievement for our people, for their good, and for their peace, and for the peace of the world.
It's no accident that from Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas to U.S. Senators Tim Scott to David Smith to C. Boyden Gray and to the Director of Pediatric Neurosurgery, Dr. Ben Carson at Johns Hopkins University, sought to meet Dr. Kuforiji and met with her during her visit with her son Tokumba Kuforiji. You understand why. But they all talked about your book. You do have a book that people can go and find on Amazon.com. And I would be remiss if I did not give people an opportunity to learn more about you and your family and the kinds of things that you talk about now that can be bound in the pages of your book. The name of your book, and talk about your book, and people can find it on Amazon.com.
The book is a quick biography put together for my 70th birthday about 7 years ago. And the title of the book is Bola, an Indomitable Amazon. It encapsulates a bit of my life. And I was saying to someone a few days ago that I would need to review that book because there are so many other things that have happened in my life which can be of value and use to the up-and-coming generation, which are not in that book already. And I will try sometime, to upgrade the book. But it is a fantastic book, like many people tell me.
It is the story of your life.
Yes, indeed. Bola, this is the story of your life.
An indomitable Amazon.
Yes.
Rising from the phoenix.
That's right. That's right. I'm always rising from the phoenix.
Your final thoughts?
Well, my final thoughts is, I shouldn't forget the reason why I came here, which is to attend President Obama's inauguration.
You can't tend to forget that, given the many things that you're exposed to, the people that were clamoring for your time.
It is a beautiful experience. It is a part of history of my life, and it's part of history that I'm going to cherish for a long while. And I congratulate President Obama and his amiable wife, Michelle, and she should keep up the good work, working by his side, when she has to, and taking a step backwards, walking behind him and giving him support as a stalwart in his family. Congratulations, Mr. President.
And we're going to wrap it with your son and his final thoughts.
Well, for me, it's been an absolute pleasure and honor to accompany my mother to the United States and be part of the inauguration, and to have met some of the people that we've met on this visit. America is a beautiful country, and of course, there's so much to be learnt from the experience of the United States in our nascent democracy of Nigeria. And I hope that, as we move forward as a nation ourselves, we can imbibe some of these lessons and be, like Armstrong you mentioned earlier, take our rightful place at the seat of nations. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Armstrong, and God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
It's a fantastic experience, and I'm grateful to God for the various charming people, male and female, successful people in their own fields that I have met. Armstrong has read out, a number of names, and for these people, for hosting us, for being with us, I'm so grateful. God bless America, and God bless Nigeria.
And that's a wrap. There's the music. Perfect. Thank you both. Wow. What a show today. What a show.